But so it's not too late to start something new, right? العالم, people usually get stuck in kind of this cookie cutter way of life, and they try not to escape. They try not to go in any different direction because they feel like خلاص, it's too late. There's no need for me to learn a new skill. But no, after 12 years, you decided to do something totally different, and you succeeded.
The thing is, Mouin, how sad is it that we box ourselves? It's really sad to tell a doctor.
It's safe. Yeah.
To tell a doctor you're not supposed to play the violin. You're a doctor. Why not both? Why doesn't he do it semi-professionally or as a hobby? Why do we always want people to be boxed in one dimension when human beings are what? 3, 4, 5, 7D.
So
we are the enemies of ourselves. Our upbringing is the enemy of ourselves, and then we think, no, I'm a doctor. Why am I enjoying comics or drawing why not? If you just change the word why to why not in your life, literally just add that word to everything, you will change your life. Why not? And I had that. I keep repeating this story, but I think it's relevant. I remember sitting in our old Bukhash brothers' office, and I was on my chair, just sitting back, and then one of the employees comes in and she goes, somebody told me that Anas is doing well with Bukhash brothers. Why does he want to open a hair salon? Can I swear, by the way, or I can't swear?
You can do whatever the fuck you want, man.
Okay, perfect. So I'll tell you literally what I said. So I'm sitting there, relaxed, like Zen mode. And she goes, this guy said, you're doing great in your digital agency. Why are you opening a hair salon? So I looked at her, I'm like, why the fuck not?
Exactly.
That's it. That was my answer. It stopped there. And I'm like, listen, this is life. You try. If it doesn't work, you're like, I tried. But I sit down on my sofa and criticize every other person who's trying. No, I'm not going to. At least they're trying.
I feel like بالمجتمع العربي, in our Arab society, it's usually frowned upon when you kind of diverge from the usual trajectory. And if you fail, they take it the very wrong way, as if your entire life is going to be branded as a failure. But I feel it's the most important teacher. It's the most effective thing. For me, when they say like, hey, there's a knight in shining armor coming to save you or whatever, and I don't like the knight in shining armor, not that he's going to save me, but the real hero is someone whose armor is tested and tried and knows exactly what to do, and more importantly what not to do. So, and more كمان بعد أهم, I believe in the kind of the law of cancellation. So if people really don't know what to do, they try everything. And by cancellation, okay, I did this, I didn't like it, I did that, I didn't
Absolutely.
like it. And then they kind of narrow it down.
I think what you just said is so important, to know what you don't like, not what only like. People are like, I don't know what I like, what I'm passionate about. It's more important to know what you're not passionate about or what you don't like. You're like, جربت ما عجبني.
صح.
Okay, now I know, out. And that's what I did with my corporate job. Every 2.5 years, I had this weird circle or cycle. Every 2.5 years, I'm like, I did my best, don't like it, move. 2.5 years, 3 years, don't like it, move. It would never pass 3 years. But I would know deep down, I'm at peace that, Anas, I really tried. I gave it a good shot. I did well, but I'm not enjoying this. This is not making me happy.
Yeah.
And Nido, who's my best friend, we were just talking that his father is in town from Boston. And his father is very classical, very old school, like many of our fathers. And he was saying, I had this dinner with my father, and we had this conversation about this other offer that I got, very safe offer, good money, stable job. And he was saying, Nido, why don't you take this job? And Nido was like, Baba, I haven't asked you for money for what, 15 years, 19 years? I'm independent and I'm doing well, etc. So it's this clash of what our old school classic mentality is: get a corporate job, 9 to 5, be safe, get your insurance. But because that's how our parents are brought up, that's all they know. So when you come and say, I want to be an artist, he'll tell you, what do you mean? What does that even mean? Yeah. Can you actually make money?
Be a lawyer.
I want to be a wrestler. Does that even make money?
Yeah.
It's a different language. But I think, forget all of what I just said. I think if parents just start to ask their kids, what makes you happy? That's it. If you really love your child, let's say your child is now 24, freshly graduated. Ask him, Habibi, are you happy in this job that I'm pushing you to do it? Are you happy? If your love for your child is true love, it's not about them having a healthy bank account only. شو الفايدة عنده مليون مكتئب تعيس؟
صح.
شو الفايدة؟ أنت تحب ولدك، تحبين بنتك. Where's the priority? I want them to be happy.
I think for them the priority, I think the priority for them is just security, right?
Which I understand.
Yeah, you understand, but like you said, it's not everything. There needs to be something more. Like you said, if what in my experience, and my father pushed me to do a specific thing. I did economics, although I hate economics. They're much smarter people than me in economics, and I can attest for that. But he wanted to give me kind of a safety net for me بعدين to be able to explore whatever, field I want to do. So I think it comes from a good place, but how it's translated and how they box you is usually misinterpreted, and the child feels like they're trapped.
Two things. On your point about our fathers, the degree, I'm not against degrees. I think it's an insurance policy. I like the middle ground where you say, okay, Habibi, I think you should study whatever, business management, right? Because let's say it's a generic degree you can use in anything. And if you really like to be a professional horse racer, I'll give you 2 years after you graduate. You give it your best fucking shot. You don't do it, go back to your business management degree. But now you see, this is a balance, and this is where your child says, I have 2 years, man. 2 years, it's not a joke. And I think that's a healthy dynamic.